So what's your feeling on the Chicago Bears?
You know who they got this week?
Yes.
Green Bay.
Where's it at?
Big
Green
Bay.
Bay.
Green Bay.
Hey,
Lambeau.
you beat Green Bay, I'm moved.
Yeah.
I'm already moved. Let me just say that for the record. Chicago Bears fans, I've been rude. But I'm going to continue to be slightly rude because your quarterback is not the reason you're winning ball games. He has moments where he does help. Your run game is where I'm moved the
It
most.
takes one to know one.
Damn.
Our run game is actually horrendous,
He
and
didn't
Bo
have to
Nix
say
has to
that.
elevate.
He didn't have to say that,
Caleb
man.
doesn't know anything about that. Nevertheless, credit where it's due. You ran all over one of the better rush defenses in the league. You held, albeit a bad offense statistically, a talented offense at home to almost zero offensive production. I have to give credit where it's due. Do I think you're as good as your record says? Absolutely not. I still think that your defense is not that good. Jalen Johnson coming back is massive. That's one of the game's best. However, you still don't have that overwhelming talent on defense. I still think that it is an underwhelming team, defensive team, especially considering record. You guys still, albeit you beat the Eagles, this was your real win. I've been waiting for a real win. This is a real win. Against the Packers, you beat the Packers. I will not talk shit for the rest of the season. Because the Packers are a legit team.
Will they have respect? Will they be like, this is it? This team can make some noise.
You get 2 wins against 2 legit teams. I ain't got much to say, especially you hold on to the 1 seed, because that's what we're fighting for at this point in time now. You're holding on for the division. You're holding on for that top spot in the division. And coming into Chicago to play a game in the playoffs, that's going to be tough. It's going to be cold. Fire. It's not going to be enjoyable. You're going to have to really grit through some tough conditions. We're going to see what Chicago's made of, but of course we're going to see what these other teams are made of too. I got to give respect where it's due. You go on the road against Philly, who was in conversation for best team in the league. You handled them. It was an easy game for them. It was shocking as hell. I could not believe what I was watching. But Ben Johnson deserves endless respect, endless credit. I guess Coach of the Year. The Bears being the 1 seed is crazy. I think Sean Payton deserves.
Probably Vrabel, right?
I think Vrabel deserves conversation for sure.
But
You said
Bears,
Shanahan.
nobody
I
gave the
love
Bears
that.
love. Like
No.
none of us had them outside of 4th place.
No, which is why I think that that's so over. We had Minnesota as potentially being the division winner. Green Bay gets Micah. We're thinking that they could win the Super Bowl. Detroit running it back for a 3rd straight year potentially. We're like, Bears are cooked.
Yeah.
And now they're 1 in the conference.
And we all said,
Respect.
we basically all said, like, we love where Chicago's going. The offensive line additions, Ben Johnson. It's just, look at this division. I mean, it's impossible. How do you expect to do anything?
It's so crazy that this pass offense is as inconsistent as it is, though.
You know, I try to stimulate your guys' mind in the offseason. We did a virtual podcast, and I told you guys,
I remember it.
Hey, is there any chance the Bears are better than the Vikings and the Lions? Because I don't think it's a surefire thing.
And what about the Packers?
They weren't going to be better than the Packers.
Well, they are.
Although right now they are 9-3, but this weekend I do have the Packers winning.
I will drop my Bears hate for them to beat the Packers. That's for damn sure.
I'm not going to take them lightly, though, and I
Got some great matchups.
get a lot of love from Bears fans because I've been up here and I've been defending them. And as a Packers fan, I feel like
What are they defending the Bears?
they want me to hate on them.
He's not a real Packers fan.
They want me to hate on
When
them.
have you defended the Bears?
Oh, I've defended them multiple times. From
seen his
Caleb
tweet.
Williams.
Oh, I
hate
guess the Caleb
from
shit.
Drew.
I guess the Caleb shit.
I haven't been
I'm
calling
not
them
hating.
fraudulent.
Am I hating? Am I hating or am I being honest?
No,
I haven't
Caleb
been
shit,
calling
yeah,
them
yeah,
fraudulent at
I'm
all.
hating?
Well, no, I'm saying he has defended Caleb.
Yeah,
I just,
for sure.
He's never defended
You're
Chicago
defending him
Bears.
baseless, albeit sometimes.
Well, on social media, I defended Chicago a lot, and they're like, yo, this guy's the unbiased Packers fans. I like you, man. And I'm like, yo, I appreciate it, man. I'm starting a new culture because sometimes you learn
only
from
they
your
knew the real
mistakes.
you.
Sometimes you learn from previous mistakes. And, you know, when I was a Jets fan, I would kind of throw jabs at the Giants. And then I would be like, hey, you know what? We shouldn't be like this all the time.
That's such a
So
division
I'm
opponent,
now
though.
a peacemaker. But this week is no love. It's the Green Bay Packers, this Chicago segment. The one thing that I'm worried about when it comes to them is how elite they can run the football. It is one of the best rushing attacks in the league. They're 2nd in rushing yards per game. They have 2 backs that DeAndre Swift is more of an explosive back. Monangai is powerful and explosive. I think he's the better of the 2, but Swift has been awesome this year. And the offensive line is what gives them such a high floor in their run game. They're top 5 in pass block win rate and run block win rate, and they move people. And the tackle spot is the weakest spots on their line. Darnell Wright and Ozzie Trapilo, who's a rookie, who he played well against the Philadelphia Eagles. The Packers this year have been susceptible to the run. They haven't been the best against the run. They played well against Detroit, but it's much different when you don't have an offensive line that can win consistently. And that's what Detroit is dealing with right now. The Bears' offensive line is a completely different animal. And that's why they're top 5 in time of possession. So they're able to dictate games, not have their defense out there. But when their defense is out there, they're taking away the ball at the highest rate in the NFL. Right now, they lead the league in takeaways. They lead the league in turnover differential. So this has been on both sides of the ball. They've been making plays. And the Caleb stuff is fair. In 8 of his 12 performances, he's completed under 60% of his passes. A bit of a different offense because they big play hunt a lot. But Caleb Williams is also airmailing throws that he should make. And Ben Johnson was very honest and blunt about his performance. He said the passing game is not why we're winning games. He said right now, it's been the other aspects of our team. And Ben Johnson was very correct. But you can't discount the occasional dagger that the Bears passing offense usually gives teams. Like Caleb Williams, touchdown to Colston Loveland against the Eagles. That was a big play. Against the Giants, that comeback was almost exclusively on Caleb Williams in the fourth quarter. Like, he's also had these moments, and I think he has the potential and the talent to really unlock a different level. And that's what makes Chicago dangerous.
He can get there one day.
Because Caleb Williams is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league. I think right now Jordan Love is better. But Caleb Williams has the talent to be better. And maybe he doesn't make that leap this year.
Sheesh.
But
Green Bay fans going to get on him.
If Chicago can make a leap like that, Caleb Williams can make a leap like that within the season, they become real scary. And that's something that I can't discount. Even if it is mechanical issues, Caleb Williams, there's moments where he gets hot and he rattles a couple in a row. So I'm not discounting that at all. And I think the Bears are legit. And they might have not had the most dominant wins or performances, but any team that could run the football like they can run the football and have the guys up front that they can have up front, you can control games
when you say legit, what does legit mean?
They can win a playoff game.
Okay.
They can win a playoff game. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and who would be like, I'm just trying to think, who would be like that 6-7 seed? That would be like the Packers potentially if they don't win the division. That would be Detroit potentially.
Probably Dallas.
Seattle, maybe. I said it was probably a 6
If Dallas makes it and they have to face the Bears, give credit where it's due. Bears did beat them first time. But it's a different team.
I love Chicago. I think what they have is real. They have an identity, right? They have, in terms of what their running game is. And defensively, their defensive identity scares me because their defensive identity is turning the ball over. And that's something that can fluctuate a lot. Beginning of the season, it was Jacksonville. They kind of slowed down. We saw them sputter at times. A few years back, Denver, we saw it go on a crazy run, just getting turnovers. So when that eventually evens out, their defense is still super susceptible. So that's what scares me is when you're going into these games, and Philly's a great team, obviously defending champs. When you're going into the playoffs and you're playing upper echelon team out the gate in round one, and you're not being able to commit or force those turnovers, which it's just historically not something you could count on. I really wonder what the ceiling of this team is. Like, I still think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll make it tough for whoever. Goddamn, was that Wandell?
No,
Hodgins.
It's
Slayton. They'll make it tough for whoever they play in the first rounds. But I look at that defense and I still get worried about if you're going up against a good opponent. You're going up against Dallas. That team's putting up 40 against you. You know what I'm saying? What is exciting though is just what this offense can become. I think Caleb is going to figure it out. I think Caleb is way too talented not to figure it out.
They're winning because of great coaching.
That's why
I don't know if this year.
Correct.
This year, I don't. It's
Correct.
13 weeks.
I think next year, without a doubt, we're asking a lot more of you.
But his floor right now is still decent. Like, he's not accurate, but what he can do as a
big play
scrambler,
quarterback,
as an extender, he doesn't take sacks. When it comes to guys in the backfield, quarterbacks in the backfield, Lamar Jackson is number one in terms of taking down. Caleb Williams is probably number two. When he is in the backfield into pass play, you cannot tackle him.
How many times has Bo Nix gotten sacked this year?
Not often. Caleb Williams is better. He's just more agile. He's more athletic. He's more nimble.
We're throwing a compliment like this.
When it comes to sack avoidance, I think he's top 2, top 3 in the league.
I know this year look a little rough, but Josh is probably like 2.
Josh is up there too.
Jordan Love is up there too.
Sure. We watch Caleb Williams. Some of the sacks he gets out of is ridiculous.
I think your point is that Caleb Williams is a great sack evader. I don't know if you're going to speak to this, but they're winning because of how great of a coach Ben Johnson is.
Of course.
And I think
100%.
that is the biggest positive takeaway from the season. If he showed that he was great and they had a losing record right now, everybody would be enthusiastic about what next year holds. They're winning games because his scheme is working. They are an elite rushing offense. And the passing game, it is also open. There's just a lot of weird stuff right now. Their receivers sometimes are not on the same page. DJ Moore sometimes freestyles routes. Caleb Williams has his fair share of misses as well. And the miss to Roma Dunze was was on one side of the progression, and then he went to that backside, and that's why he was late on the throw and didn't have enough juice on it. But like, I think the open receivers are there though, and that's what's encouraging. They're there and they can take advantage of defenses. And hey, maybe he's not hitting every other deep shot, but he's hitting like 1 in 5. And that is good enough.
That was a little crazy. That
Is enough.
20% is not great.
That was an incredible dickie.
I think, but no, because
awesome.
His deep pass completion percentage is amongst the lowest, but his EPA per play on those is amongst the highest.
I'll be honest, in no league or sport is 1 for 5 good.
But he's connecting. I just threw that number out there. Don't use that as specific. He's actually around like 47%.
Oh, okay.
But Caleb Williams, he throws touchdowns when he throws those bombs. Yeah. And that's why the EPA is so high. So the accuracy is low, but the EPA per play is towards the top of the league.
He's still accurate for sure.
Chicago, they're just building Detroit 2.0 offensively.
They are.
The offensive line's elite.
Yes.
I think you have a real difference maker at tight end. Roma Dunze. I think Luther Burden is going to be a game changer once he finally gets everything right.
The defense is not without talent, though.
No,
the secondary is really good.
Yeah, they've been banged up a lot this year.
Yes, because Jalen Johnson came back. They have Kyler Gordon, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Kevin Byard, who's amongst the league leader in interceptions.
They lost like all 3 of their starting linebackers.
They're all hurt right now. But like, I think the Bears have some room to grow defensively, and I trust their defense coordinator Dennis Allen. Mm-hmm. So that's where I feel like the Bears. It's going to be a tough matchup with the Packers.
Sweating who?
Montez Sweat, Gervon Dexter.
They're Jarrett.
They're free agent signing. Odangbo got hurt. He's not going to play this year.
On them facts.
But yeah, the defensive line is their vulnerability, but they have talent on the back end.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you're a Bears fan, you have to be elated. Honestly, if I was a Bears fan, I obviously want to make the playoffs and win a playoff game and do all that shit too. What they've showed me is enough. Like, I'm good going into next year. Ben Johnson is a home run. Caleb Williams is showing progress. You can't be upset if you're a Bears fan.